So let's get over what's here on the right side here of Blender. So here we have what is selected. You can just click on it and it'll select it for you. We only have the camera cube and lights, so we're going to select that. You can hit Control click to select multiple things. So yeah, that's basically what's here. It's what's selected in your scene. Over here we have, I guess I'm going to call them properties. As you can see, we have a lot of properties. One that you might use a lot is going to be your dimensions. When you click 0 on your numpad, it's going to take you to the view of the camera. That's what's going to be shown when you make your animation or render. You can change the dimensions of your camera. So it sees what pop up. So if you want it to be like 1,000 by 2,000, it's going to be 1,000 by 2,000, or 2,000 by 1,000 is what this is actually, because X and then Y. And you can change your aspect as well. So you can kind of see it's changing the camera from here. If you change it up here, it's not going to, because that's your resolution. But your aspects, you can definitely see some changes right here. And then you have your frames of your render animation, your output, your metadata and processing. Your output, you can change your file format, your color, your depth, your compression, all of that. The next thing we're going to use is scene. If you're animating, this is really what scene's used for. You have, of course, what camera you're using, the background. This will probably be used for rendering. And cameraing, actually, this will be used for rendering as well, instead of animation. It's used for both, because you have a background in a lot of renders. And then you have your clip. This one's used for animating, though. Gravity is really just used for animating, like a lot of this is. Audio. Animation, of course, you can change the volume. Your audio channels, that's where the audio is going to be. And then you have custom properties and keying sets. The next thing is going to be, where is it? Transform. So your transform is going to be on your camera, of course, your camera position. You can kind of see where my camera is moving a little bit. Where is that? So you can kind of see my camera is now moving up, moving down. And that's on the x-axis. We also change the y-axis and the z-axis. You can also click here and type in where you want it to be. You don't have to just move it around and try to get it exact in a position. And of course, you can change it by moving it. So we have moving, rotating, and scaling. So we can make our camera bigger as well, make it bigger on each axis. Our camera is now noticeably larger and really focused on our cube. And is also kind of rotated. And then down here you have visibility, so you can change what's shown and all of that. What you can also do is you can do this with the cube, so you can change the location, the Z, the Y, all this from just this property. You don't have to do it individually over here. You can also do this with your light as well, so we can move the light around. No, you can't, for some reason. But yeah, we have our camera really focused on our moved cube. The next thing here we have our modifiers. I'm going to move that here a little bit. Just select the cube. I'm going to make it bigger so we can kind of notice this. So modifiers can kind of change what your cubes or mesh is going to look like. So we have modifier, generate, deform, and stimulate. And simulate, not stimulate, simulate. So one thing we have that you're going to be using a lot, one modifier under generate, is subdivision surface. As you can see, our cube is now kind of a rigid sphere. You can change the quality of our sphere, the viewport, which is going to make it a lot better. As you can see, we kind of now have a ball. And then we have our render, which really kind of changes it. Makes it a little bit better, because we have kind of like a bouncy ball now, or however you want to make it. Then you apply it, and then it'll no longer be here. And it's an official change, no longer can be edited. You can also do ocean. As you can see, it's usually used for planes. You can use this for mountains, tinfoil, rugs, anything really flat. I know mountains aren't flat, but you can really use to make mountains. You can kind of see how that's used right here. We're going to apply that. Actually, I don't want to apply that. Another modifier that is used is going to be your curve. We don't have any curves right now, so we can't really use that. Explode, if you're animating and you want something to blow up or change, explode might be used. Of course, we don't have anything. We don't have an animation. We don't have really anything here to explode. No properties to explode. So it's going to stay like that. Another thing is physics. Physics is highly used in animation. And then, of course, sometimes in rendering. So we have fluid. We don't have water in here, so we can't really edit fluid or any other fluid. Collision, your force field. So if you want something to be moving, the force field will stop it from moving. You got cloth, if we have like a cloth in there. Basically, this is where your physics are going to be. And then over here is going to be material. We have just default material right now. If you have a node for your material and stuff, you can change it all here. But of course, we just have the sphere. But that's basically what's here on the right side, the main stuff. As we get further into Blender, I'm going to show you kind of what everything else will do. Um, but yeah, that's just the main stuff here on the right side of Blender.